Hello and welcome back. This is going to be theory lesson 4B, and we're going to be working on inflected endings. But before we proceed into that, we're going to do a brief review of the briefs we learned in the last lesson. I will read these words and you will write them, and then you will pause the video and you will read your notes that you wrote, and instead of reading the letters that you wrote, you're going to read the word that you wrote, the brief word. Okay? And we'll begin. Is, the, can, a, with, are, a, is, can, with, are, the, is, can, the, with, are, the, a, are. Okay. Pause the video and read your notes and remember what each letter represents as a word. Once you have these memorized, they will become so natural to you, you won't even see the T as a the T, you'll see it as a the. Okay? So take a moment to read your words. Okay, now we're going to go into inflected endings. So typically the final side, which we have learned is the right hand side of the keyboard, is reserved for these endings. These strokes are added as a second stroke to a word that you are going to indicate a change in, such as making it past tense or plural or continuing. And so we're going to learn what these inflected ending strokes are now. Okay, so when you have a word that you want to make plural, so such as cats, more than one cat, you're going to write the word cat or whatever word, and then you're going to do a second stroke with a final S. So you'll have one stroke with your word, such as cat, and then second stroke with your final S to make it plural. So at this time, go ahead and write the word cat and then make it plural, cats. Okay? Now to fill that second stroke is what you have to remember, that it has to be a second stroke. You can't just add it into your first stroke. Okay? Because down the theory road, we're going to learn more briefs and phrases, which you will learn can be conflicting with if you start trying to make your own strokes before learning these important beginning steps. Okay? So the next one, the next inflected ending is past tense, ed, or a d if the word ends in an e. So that second stroke letter will be a D, a final D. Okay? So if you use the word, let's go with spell. So you're going to spell your words, and that's stroked S-P-E-L. Now, if you spelled your words correctly, you used S-P-E-L in one stroke, and then in a second stroke, you came back with your final D. So that made spell spelled. Okay? So go ahead and practice that word, spelled, spelled. So write that a couple of times until you feel comfortable. Okay, now the next inflected ending is going to be ing, I-N-G. So that second stroke will be the final G. just is G. Okay. Now that helps you without to just know that it's the letter. You don't have to write I-N-G. It's just G, just like it would be just a D instead of ED. So if you have the word spelling, so we'll just stick with the word spell, you would have the stroke of spell, and then you'd come back with just the G. Spelling. So go ahead and stroke that again a couple of times. Spell, second stroke G for ing. Spell, ing. Spell, ing. Okay. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to just practice those inflected endings. I'm going to say a word, and then I want you to just write the inflected ending, just so that you can really drill into your head that that second stroke is important, that we're learning right now, okay? So I'll say a word, you just write the inflected ending. Okay. Rubs, rubbed, rubbing. Spells, spelled, spelling. Sell, sells, selling. Okay, now I'm going to go through and give you a list of words I want you to write both strokes, okay? So we'll write the root word and the inflected ending. Okay, so this list, I will read it once, and then you will pause the video and go back and read to make sure you had your inflected ending correctly. All right, ready? Rob, robs, robbed, robbing. Pet, pets, petted, petting. Pull, pulls, pulled, pulling. Stop, stops, stopped, stopping. Okay, so I want you to practice this, this group of words and your inflected endings. And then on the next video, we will do some more practice.